Ever feel like you're drowning under the weight of everything? Work, family, dreams. Like you're supposed to be a superhero who never sleeps? Like if you drop one ball, you've failed as a woman? If that's you, stop. This is your breath of air. You don't have to do it all, and today I'm proving it. I'm proving. Through stories of women who let go and found balance, we'll rewrite the lie that you're not enough unless you're everything to everyone. At Hope4Her, we're here to free your soul. Stay with me. Because peace isn't a myth, you're right. But first, here's the raw truth. 70% of women say they've felt crushed by the pressure to do it all. Perfect mom, perfect worker, perfect everything. That's not just a number, it's a breaking point. A 2023 study by the American Psychological Association found that women in the US are twice as likely as men to report chronic stress from juggling roles. Work, parenting, household duties, and even social expectations. And the shock. Even the most iconic women, stars you'd never guess, have buckled under that load too. They didn't win by doing more, they won by doing less, smarter. These aren't fantasies, they're real stories of women who traded chaos for calm. If they can find balance, so can you. Let's step into their lives because your sanity's worth it. Think about your own life for a second. Are you rushing from a 9-to-5 job to soccer practice, then cooking dinner while answering emails? Maybe you're a single mom, a career woman, or a caregiver, or all three. The U.S. Census Bureau says over 60% of American women are in the workforce, and many are still handling the bulk of unpaid home labor. That's a recipe for burnout, not balance. The shock isn't just that famous women struggle, it's that we've all bought into the same myth, that worth comes from doing it all. But here's the kicker. It doesn't have to be that way. Let's get practical. The average American woman spends about 4 hours a day on unpaid work, cooking, cleaning, childcare, on top of paid jobs, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. That's a second shift most men don't face at the same level. Add in the mental load, remembering doctor appointments, planning meals, keeping the family calendar, and it's no wonder 70% feel crushed. But what if you could cut that load in half? Not by magic, but by choice. The women we'll meet didn't have superpowers, they had strategies. They said no, delegated, and redefined success. You can too. Take a step back. Look at your week. What's one thing you're doing that doesn't need to be yours? Maybe it's volunteering for every school event when other parents could step up. Maybe it's staying late at work to prove you're dedicated when your boss doesn't even notice. In the US, women are conditioned to overperform. Think of the hustle culture glorified on social media. But the data backs this up. A 2024 Gallup poll showed women who set boundaries at work reported 30% less stress and higher job satisfaction. Less can be more. Here's a real-world tip. Start small. Say no to one thing this week. It could be skipping a non-essential meeting or ordering takeout instead of cooking. In the US, DoorDash and Uber Eats are in nearly every city. Use them. It's not lazy, it's strategic or delegate. If you've got kids, they can handle age-appropriate chores, laundry for teens, dishes for tweens. The National Institute of Child Health says kids who do chores grow up more independent anyway. You're not failing them, you're raising them. The shock isn't just the stats or the famous names, it's realizing you've got power to change this. Balance isn't about perfection, it's about priorities. In America, we're sold this idea that busy equals successful. But busy often means broke emotionally, physically, mentally. A 2022 Mayo Clinic study linked chronic stress in women to higher rates of anxiety, depression, and even heart disease. You're not a machine, you're a person. And the women we're about to meet? They prove you can rewrite the rules. So, before we dive into their stories, ask yourself, what's one pressure you can drop today? Not forever, just for now. Maybe it's the guilt of not baking homemade cookies for the bake sale. Store-bought works fine. Maybe it's skipping that extra shift to watch a movie with your kids. In the US, and we've got 24/7 access to everything. Amazon, Netflix, grocery delivery. Use it to free yourself. These iconic women didn't climb by carrying more. They soared by letting go. You're next. Finding Balance as a Woman Story. 1. Michelle Obama, From Overload to Ease. Michelle Obama's shoulders once sagged under the world. As First Lady, she was mom, wife, advocate, everything to everyone. She admitted the strain. I felt I had to be perfect. Miscarriages and public scrutiny piled on. The pressure wasn't just national, it was personal. Raising 2 daughters while under a microscope, launching health initiatives, supporting her husband's presidency, she was stretched thin. But she stopped. She said no to endless demands, carved out family time, and let aides handle the rest. Her balance wasn't in doing it all, it was in choosing what mattered. Today, she's a beacon because she rested, not ran. You're not failing when you pause, you're thriving. Your load's heavy too, set it down. Michelle's story hits home for American women. In the US, moms spend about 18 hours a week on childcare, double what dads do per the Pew Research Center. Add a job and it's chaos. Michelle faced that too, but she found a way out. She didn't cook every meal or attend every event. She leaned on her team and her mom who lived with them in the White House. That's a lesson. You don't need to be the only one holding it together. Here's how you can apply this. First, list your must-dos this week. Work, kids, schedules, errands. Now cross off one thing someone else can handle. Got a partner? Ask them to take the kids to practice. No partner? Call a friend or neighbor. Barter a favor. In the US, community is big. PTA groups, church circles, even next-door apps connect people who can help. Michelle delegated. You can too. Second, protect your time. Michelle made family dinners sacred, no interruptions. Try that. Set a no-phone hour at home. The average American checks their phone 144 times a day, says a 2023 study. Cut that, and you've got space to breathe. Maybe it's 6 to 7 p.m. No emails, no scrolling, just you and your people. It's not selfish, it's survival. Third, redefine. Perfect. Michelle admitted she couldn't be flawless and didn't need to be. You don't either. If the house is messy or you order pizza again, so what? A 2024 survey by Cleaning Institute found 60% of US women feel judged for untidy homes. Let that go. Your worth isn't in spotless counters, it's in your peace. Michelle's balance came from saying, "This is enough. Try it today." Pick one task, laundry, a work call, and skip it. Use that time for you. Read, nap, walk. In the US, parks are free and everywhere. Find one. You're not dropping the ball, you're picking yourself up. Michelle thrived by choosing less. You can too. Story 2, Ariana Grande, From Burnout to Boundaries. Ariana Grande's voice nearly broke, not from singing, but from exhaustion. Fame, tours, heartbreak, she did it all until panic attacks hit. She said, "I was crumbling." The pressure to be everywhere, for everyone, crushed her. After losing her ex to an overdose and surviving a terrorist attack at her concert, she kept performing until she couldn't. But she shifted. She canceled shows, sought therapy, and said no to overwork. Her balance came from boundaries. Now she's stronger, her music deeper. She didn't lose by stepping back. She won. You don't have to burn out to shine. Your chaos? It's begging for calm. Ariana's story resonates in the US, where hustle culture runs deep. A 2023 National Institute of Mental Health report says 1 in 5 American women experience anxiety yearly, often from overdoing it. Ariana was there, but she flipped the script. She didn't just survive, she rebuilt. You can too. Start with boundaries at work. Ariana said no to extra gigs, copy that. If you're salaried, stop answering emails after 5 p.m. The U.S. Fair Labor Standards Act doesn't require it unless you're on call. Hourly? Track your time. Don't give free hours. A 2024 LinkedIn study found women who set work limits were 25% less likely to quit from stress. Say, "I'm done for today," and mean it. Next, guard your personal space. Ariana sought therapy, huge. In the US, where 41 million adults used mental health services in 2022, per the CDC. Try it. Apps like BetterHelp or Talkspace are affordable, starting at $65 a week, less than a night out. Or journal. 5 minutes a day cuts stress, says a UCLA study. Write what's overwhelming you, then close the book. Finally, ditch the yes habit. Ariana canceled shows. You can cancel plans. Decline that extra PTA meeting or happy hour. Americans overcommit. 75% say they're too busy per a 2023 Gallup poll. Practice this. Thanks, but I can't this time. No excuse needed. You're not rude. You're reclaiming your energy. Today, set one boundary. Tell your boss you're unavailable after 6 p.m. or tell a friend you're skipping game night. Use that time for you. Stream a show, stretch, breathe. Ariana's stronger because she stopped. You'll shine brighter too. Story 3. Serena Williams. From Superwoman to self-care. Serena Williams carried the weight of a champion and nearly broke. After childbirth complications almost took her life, she tried to be the perfect athlete, mom, wife, all at once. She wept, overwhelmed. Postpartum blood clots and a C-section left her bedridden, yet she pushed to train for tennis majors while nursing a newborn. She crashed. But she stopped. She cut training, rested her body, and leaned on her family. Her balance wasn't in winning every match, it was in saving herself. Today, she's a legend because she chose peace over pressure. You're not less. When you rest, you're more. Your Superwoman cape, it's okay to take it off. Serena's struggle mirrors many American women's lives. The CDC says 1 in 8 U.S. moms face postpartum issues, and 80% return to work within 12 weeks, some as early as 6. Serena didn't have paid leave either. She's self-employed. But she found balance, and so can you. First, rest without guilt. Serena took breaks. Do it too. The U.S. doesn't mandate paid maternity leave, but you can negotiate. Ask for a flex schedule. Work from home 1 day a week. A 2024 Sherem survey says 60% of U.S. employers offer it if asked. Or nap. A 20-minute snooze boosts energy. Per the National Sleep Foundation, do it during lunch. Second, lean on others. Serena's husband and mom helped. Build your crew. In the U.S., 30% of households are single-parent per the census. If that's you, join a mom group. Meetup.com has tons nationwide. Swap babysitting with a friend. It's not weakness, it's teamwork. Third, scale back goals. Serena didn't chase every title post-baby. She picked her battles. You too. If you're a working mom, skip the homemade Halloween costume. Walmart's got options for $20. A 2023 Parenting Today poll found 65% of U.S. moms feel pressured to DIY everything. Store-bought isn't failure, it's smart. Try this now. Rest today. Skip one chore. Dishes can wait. Sit for 15 minutes with coffee or tea. In the U.S., Starbucks is on every corner. Treat yourself. Serena saved herself by pausing. You're a champ when you rest too. Story 4. Reese Witherspoon, From Hustle to Harmony. Reese Witherspoon's life was a whirlwind. Actress, producer, mom, she juggled it all, hiding the strain. Divorce and career dips left her ragged. She said, "I was stretched too thin." Early 2000s tabloids hounded her, and her production company took off while raising 3 kids. She was burned out, but she pivoted. She scaled back projects, delegated at Hello Sunshine, and carved out quiet. Her balance came from letting go, not doing more. Now she's thriving, not just surviving. Her triumph whispers, "You don't have to hustle to matter. Your frenzy? It's time to find peace." Reese's chaos is familiar to American women. A 2023 BLS report says women spend 2.6 hours daily on household tasks. Men do too. Hustle culture hits hard in the US. Instagram screams, "Rise and grind." Reese broke free, and you can too. First, delegate like a boss. Reese handed off tasks. At Hello Sunshine, do it at home. Kids can vacuum. Consumer Report says robot vacuums like Roomba start at $200, a US staple, or split chores with a roommate. A 2024 apartment list survey found 70% of U.S. renters live with others. Share the load. Second, cut the hustle. Reese dropped projects. You can drop commitments. Quit that book club you dread. Americans join 3.4 groups on average, says a 2023 Pew study. Trim yours. Free nights mean calm, not guilt. Third, make quiet time. Reese, found peace, you can too. Set a 10-minute daily break, no screens. A 2024 Nielsen report says U.S. adults average 4 hours of TV daily. Cut 10 minutes. Sit outside, backyards or balconies work. Nature reduces stress 20% per a Harvard study. Act today. Delegate one task. Tell your teen to cook. Microwave meals. Count. Use that time to relax, stream music, not work. Reese thrive by letting go. You'll find harmony too. Conclusion. Ask a question and urge action. You don't have to do it all. Michelle, Ariana, Serena, Reese prove it. Balance isn't a luxury, it's your lifeline. You're not weak for slowing down, you're wise for rising up. These women didn't conquer by carrying everything. They won by choosing themselves. You're not here to crumble, you're here to bloom. Now my question, what's one thing you're doing that's breaking you right now? Name it below. Release it. Then act. Today. Drop a task. Rest an hour. Say no once. You're not failing. You're finding you. Subscribe if you're ready. To balance with us at Hope4Her. Your peace is calling. What will you let go?